All right, let's get started. So what we are talking about today is playbooks. Now, what is a playbook? As I mentioned in the video yesterday, a playbook is just, it's a very quick way to either, number one, promote a listing, number two, gather your sphere, or number three, work with your sphere. Now, I got to thank Mary Frances because Mary Frances actually did something that turned me onto this, and I dove into it a little bit more, and I'm like, wow, this is a really great feature for our agents and for y'all to use. So this will be fairly quick, but it's very simple and cool. But let's go ahead and get into it. So how do you get into it first? Well, first you have to go to remax.net. Whenever you go to remax.net, you're going to scroll down, and you're eventually going to see Platform Max Tech powered by KVCore. There's a little ribbon right here. If you toggle that, it'll keep it in your favorites. So once we click on Max Tech powered by KVCore, it's going to take us into our KVCore platform. Yours might look a little bit different. You might have this opened up or closed. But what we're going to do is we're going to look over here on the left side because we're going to get into this really fast. We're going to go over here to where it says Playbooks. Whenever I click on Playbook, here's where we're at. Now, you've got a couple of different options down here. First, you've got promote a listing, gather your sphere, work with your sphere. And up here, there's a what are playbooks and
Sorry, all these ones.
Karen Nichols, Karen Nichols. I got too many people. Crystal Nichols has discovered KVCore for the first time. So congratulations, Crystal Nichols. Your computer totally told on you.
No, it's because I'm on your level.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Before we start promoting a listing, let's really work on our sphere. So we want to gather as many people into our sphere as possible. Now, does anybody want to take a guess on how many people you should have in your sphere really going forward? Anybody want to throw out a number?
500.
500? Okay, Swola. 1,000? Ooh. Chris Nichols going 1,000. Anybody else want to guess?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
How many people should you have in your sphere right now?
500.
500, said the exact same thing as Swella. You couldn't do Prices Right and go 501? No, so really
502.
502. All right. Really, you should have about 5,000 people in your sphere. Now, that sounds like a crazy number, but it's really not that big of a number. If you've been in the real estate business for, more than, 2 or 3 years, think about how many people you've met, worked with, talked to. Those are people that are in your sphere. Grab your phone, look in your contacts, and look and see how many people are in your contacts. So if you go to, if this is on iPhone at least, if you go to contacts and scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see a number. You're going to see how many people are in your contacts. Now, if you take out, maybe other realtors, people like that.
Only 830, Paul.
830?
2,134.
Chris Nichols has 2,000. So see, Chris Nichols is already just 3,000 away, and the only thing she did was just look at her phone.
Oh, well, I don't know, okay.
But think about, even on social media, how many people are you friends with on Facebook, on Instagram? All these people are in your sphere. So we want to gather and work with as many of these people as we can. Let's get into how we can gather our sphere. So if we look here in the middle, we've got gather your sphere, open playbook. Now, if we open the playbook, it's basically going to really just kind of break it down. What are we going to do? We're going to get contacts into the system. We're going to capture and categorize spheres into groups and set up alerts and automation.
Did you say gather or work your sphere?
Gather. Yeah. Because we're going to go through gathering first because I want you to add as many people as you can into your sphere. All right. At the top right, you're going to see open playbook. Okay. Now, they really make this very easy for you. They automate a lot of this. If you look over on the left, you'll see import your sphere contacts, capture social media, create sphere groups, alerts and automations. And over on the right side, you'll see it's giving you an option. You can got done or skip play. Now, if you don't want to do this, you can hit skip playbook and don't do it. Or if you've already completed this part, you can hit done. Now, let's say you've got everybody from your contacts, you've got past or previous clients, and anybody that you want to put in. You may have them in a CSV. If you don't, there's an option for getting the CSV. If we scroll down here to the very bottom, you'll see right here where it says click here to learn more about importing your leads. This is going to send you to a link with a CSV file where you can actually add all of your people into a CSV. Now, uploading your contacts. There's 2 different ways you can do this. 1, you can do it yourself. 2, you can let KVCore do it for absolutely no charge. Now, I know whenever Mimi uploaded hers, she did hers herself. Whenever Karen did hers, she allowed KVCore to do it for her. Both of them worked. Both of them, I think, went pretty smooth. And it really took maybe a couple of hours for you to do it. If you want KVCore to do it, once you've created the CSV file, you've downloaded it, and you've added all of your contacts in there, you can go into Submit File, and you can send that CSV file to KVCore. Within maybe a couple of hours or a day, you'll get a notification that your contacts have been uploaded to your KVCore, and they'll be in there. Now, you may have to go in and make some adjustments. You know, there could be somebody who is somebody that is a first-time home buyer that maybe instead of being a prospect, you can, you may want to change them to a lead. But really, the important thing is adding their name, phone number, and email address. That's the big thing. If you want to do it yourself, you take that exact same CSV file, you hit Get Started. All you're going to do is drag that CSV file into a little window, and within an hour or 2, you're going to get an email that says your contacts have been successfully uploaded. Super duper simple. Any questions about that part, about importing your sphere of contacts? Perfect. All right, so those are the people that we added from a CSV file. What about if we want to capture some people from social media? Well, they make it super duper simple. Let's go here to Capture Social Media Sphere. And we could do things like create a market report squeeze page. So all we have to do is, if we want to do this, we can enter in 40509. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. I'm going to copy this. Let's go here. Galloway. Paste and go. I said go. There we go. So this is going to copy directly from your website. Now, whenever they click on this, they want a market report of 40509. Before they can go any further, they have to submit their information. Here's what's great, is that if they want, they can put in their email address, and it says it must be valid, and it will check to make sure it's a valid email address. But there's an option for Facebook or Google. So if they just want to get into this, they can just click Facebook. It's going to log them. They're already logged into Facebook, or they're probably already logged into Google. Their information is going to be submitted into your CRM. Now, some people may say, well, what if people bounce here? Well, if they bounce, they bounce. But this is a lead capture form. This is exactly what we're using this for. This is to gather some more information from people. This is to add people that are in your social media sphere, add them into your CRM. Okay. So that's how we create just a really quick market squeeze page. If we want, we can edit this up a little bit. We can add a source to this. So maybe we want to specify, all right, is this one going to Instagram? Is this one going to Facebook? Is this one going to TikTok or wherever? We can add our source in there, so whenever they get uploaded, we know exactly where they come from. We can add hashtags in there. So if we put social media squeeze page, we can add that in there. And if you'll notice, there's already a hashtag that's going to be applied to any contacts that come this way. It's called Gather Sphere Playbooks. You know exactly where this comes from. What about home valuation landing page? Those are great. That's a great way to not only get a potential new client, but you can find out exactly where their home is, what their home value is, and then start marketing to them from there. So we did the exact same thing. We're going to copy and go in here. So you can say, hey, do you know what your home's value is? and we're given this. All they got to do now is just put in their address. Once they put in their address, they're going to add, it's going to ask for some more information, and you're going to get their contact information. Now, we can share this to Pinterest, Facebook, or Twitter X directly, or we can just copy the link and post.
So what do they get on that? Where is it pulling that from? RPR?
So for the home valuation,
Yeah.
it's a toolbar that's on Remax.com. So it's on Remax.com, but it comes down to your agent website.
Okay.
Actually
send them a number.
No, what it does is it'll pull up something based like an estimate. Like I believe the Zillow's estimate is one of them. But yeah, it's usually fairly, it's
other stats that make it look fancy, you know, that we would use. I just posted that in my Bellawood group, like find out what the market's like in 4517. So from there, you're saying it's going to directly go, by making that post, it's going to directly go into my KVCore.
correct.
Sphere.
Anybody that clicks on that. So
Anybody
what Sierra asked is if she shared this to her kids' Facebook page or school page, that anybody that clicks on that will go to into her CRM. And yes, it will go into your CRM. So that's how you can get it from social media.
I thought you were going to say that you can get your friends download from social media, and I was going to be so excited.
Now they have to click it. We can't download automatically, but they can click it. All right. So what about creating a Sphere group? So if we go into Sphere contact hashtag, if we click on there, we can create whatever hashtags you want. So if you are only going to be, or you're, let's say, working with first-time homebuyers, you can create first-time homebuyers. Let's say you don't want friends and family to get certain marketing, but you do want to at least still have them in your CRM so that you can market to them independently. You can use these hashtags if you want. You can delete them, whatever, but this is for you. So let's take the social media one. If we want to add our Facebook friends into this, then we already have a hashtag for Facebook friends. You can add your own.
Then where do you use the hashtags? Where do you use the hashtag for its tracked? So I mean just the tags for them.
Right. So the hashtags are used for what they originally used for. So the reason that hashtags were invented was once social media really started blowing up, it was tough to find maybe posts. So hashtags originally were a way to find older posts. So on the hashtag, whenever you go into the search bar in your contacts, let's say you just want to send an email to Instagram friends, you can type in that hashtag Instagram friends, and it'll pull up everybody that has that hashtag.
How did they get the hashtag?
You apply the hashtag to them.
So I've imported 100 contacts. Then these hashtags, it's tagging them in KVCore, but it's not for the post.
Right.
Okay.
Now let's say a hashtag is messed up. There's something called a hashtag tool that's in KVCore that I won't get into the weeds right now, but I can show you. Like, let's say if I'm tracking some agents and their entire brokerage maybe changed name, I can go into that specific hashtag and change that hashtag to the new brokerage name compared to what it was before, and it will affect everybody under that hashtag. Okay, but
Hey, Paul. Oh,
yes.
Can I interject something on hashtags? Because
Absolutely.
I love hashtags. If you do any sort of marketing on a specific home, you can go in and put that as a hashtag. And then or say you have somebody who's looking specifically for a log home, if a log home comes on the market, you can actually go in and search just those hashtags and be able to match up that house to anybody that's looking specifically for a log home. So if you do a lot of like matchmaking on homes, hashtags are fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we're actually going to be matchmaking on homes here in just a minute. So that actually leads us into
perfect.
a great. But then, so that's creating Sphere contact hashtags. Now let's go to move contacts into Sphere groups. Now we can create our own groups. So I haven't done this yet, but in order to complete a group, you have to do the Sphere contact. So, but you can move people into Sphere groups. So yeah, if you want to have just people from school, just, Facebook friends, whatever, All right, alerts and automations. This is going to be the last one on our sphere. We can set up behavior alerts. Now, what is a behavior alert? A behavior alert is basically a trigger that leads to an action. So let's say you have a trigger alert for anyone that comes in from Facebook. Let's say it's a Facebook friend that clicks on the link. You can create an action or a campaign that whenever that hashtag or the new lead is activated, it will start a campaign automatically. So you don't have to go in and assign a campaign to somebody. Right now, and you all have probably seen this, if you've gotten a lead from, let's say, remax.com, you may have already seen that sometimes an email or a text will already go out to the client. And then you'll kind of pick up and start texting them. Well, those are automatic. Those are triggers that we have set up that whenever a brand new lead comes in, for anything that comes in through remax.com or Remax Elite for our website, we have it triggered so that a new text and email is automatically sent out. If you don't want those, if you don't want those automatic emails and texts to go out, you can turn those off. You don't have to use those. If we scroll down a little bit, you'll see that here's some different behaviors. So let's say lead revisits after 14 days. So that is a trigger that we can set up, and we can actually see what this preview looks like. We can preview it. Here's an email they're going to get. Restart your home search. Hi. It's going to automatically pop up the first name. I'm glad you're able to spend a little bit of time on page again. It looks like you're doing a few different home searches. Blase, blase. But that's, if they haven't visited in 14 days and they're coming back. So it's keeping you, what I love about this is it keeps you in front of them. Rachel Good, she's not on here, but she had a lead, I know, that came in through realtor.com. And it was one of those that the lead was wanting to buy a home, wasn't in a place that she could buy yet. Well, she brought them over into KVCore. Well, the KVCore automation started setting up, and it started sending, here's some emails about what's going on. Here's some listings you might be interested in. Well, the woman reached out after like 6 months and was very appreciative that Rachel had kept in front of her and was thinking about her. And then they were looking for a home. So the automations are great, keeps you in front of the people. Sometimes people may say, well, they unsubscribed. That's okay. But you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I would rather someone have to go through the action of unsubscribing rather than just completely missing out on them and then them using someone else. All right, send message for upcoming events. Do you know that you can, if you have an event that's coming up, whether it be an open house, birthdays, anniversaries, you can set those up as well. So whenever you add a contact in, you can actually go in and put their birthday or their home anniversary. So it can send, you have this behavior set up so that whenever it's their birthday, you can actually send them a birthday email and text without ever having to actually pick up your phone. Same thing for anniversaries. Any kind of upcoming anniversaries, you can send them an anniversary post. And if you want, you can change the template. You can go ahead and look at it and see what it looks like. So happy home anniversary. So this is what they're going to get. Happy home anniversary. Congratulations on your home anniversary. Hope you're celebrating today. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and change this up. You can actually run this on the date of their anniversary, before, or even after. Mm-hmm. If you don't like this template, you can go in and change the template and add a different one. Okay. So that's the alerts and automation. I know that was kind of quick, but there's a lot of great options that are available for you that is just sitting there, but you have to get into it and work it a little bit. Now, if I go to work your sphere. Now, I haven't uploaded a bunch of people, but once you actually do this, you're going to go in and go to work your sphere, and it's going to prompt you to work in your sphere a little bit more. All right, so that was uploading the contacts. Let's go back to, all right, so that was gather a sphere. Once you gather your sphere, it's going to prompt you to work your sphere. All right, let's go into the really cool one now. Let's go to promote a listing. We're going to open Playbook. Now here we have some options. So over here on the left side, there is start a new playbook. And over here on the right, you can see revisit or continue a playbook. But let's start a brand new playbook. Now, I don't have any listings, but whenever you go in, you can find your listing. So the only option you'll have is your name. Now you can actually search for a listing if you want. But let's go to, all right. How about Jeremy? He got his biggest listing ever, which is 649 Joe Snenager Road. So let's start promoting this. Now, here was the part that actually that opened my eyes to this. This is what Mary Frances did, because she was in here playing around. She created this new playbook. What this says is over here on the right side, you'll see notify agents. Now, you can select the offices that are available, or teams, or even specific agents. The template is promote a listing playbook. The subject, a great new listing hit the market, help me find potential buyers. Now, Mary Frances sent this email, and I know a few of you got, or probably all of you got it. You got this email that's like, hey, check out this awesome new listing. Whenever you read the body of the email, it talks about the email listing. Here's what's incredible about this. You have a button for find matching buyers. Now, much like Mimi had said a little bit earlier, you can, if you have a hashtag with log cabin, let's say this listing is within the parameters of some of the notifications or the alerts that you have set up for your clients. If you click find matching buyers, it's going to look at your CRM and try to find who might be a perfect fit for this listing. It's going to actually pull them up the CRM. So now all of a sudden, let's say you've got 10 people that fit this listing right up here. Well, then all you have to do is just click send them the information, and then you can send them this listing information. So this is really cool. You can also use Core Video. I don't know if you realize this, but do you know that you can send 10 videos a month through email? Now, if you use Core Video, you can't send it to mass people. You can only send it to one person at a time. If you want to upgrade and send it to multiple people and as many as you want, go ahead. But part of the package that we have is that you can send 10 individual videos. Whenever you use Core Video, basically you're shooting a video of yourself. You can talk about the listing. You can just say, hey, it's Crystal Nichols of Remax Realty. This great new listing just come up. I thought you'd be interested in this. Check it out. But that is for notifying agents. Now, we can do the exact same thing for listings, but instead of notifying the agents in the office, you can go to contact matching buyers. So now we could have a smart list set up. So now on the smart list, KVCore is going to decide who does KVCore think fits into these parameters. So if you look, the smart list looks through your contacts and tries to find those that may be interested in the listing. We do not find any matching contacts for this listing. Try a custom list or contacts from your CRM. So I don't have people set up that looks like they need, possible listings. But let's say it found people in your contacts. Well, you can set it up to automatically send a text message. You can see what the text message is going to say. And you can schedule an email. So maybe you don't want to send the email at the exact same time. Maybe you want to send the email a little bit later in the evening or the next day just to remind them. Well, you can set that email date and time, and it's the exact same email. Except now, instead of going to agents, it's going to clients to your database. But let's say you want to send this just to specific people. Well, you can go in here to custom list, search for a hashtag. So now we're back on the hashtag log cabin. Let's see, is log cabin a, there we go. All right, Janet Jones come back in here. Log cabin is a hashtag. So I'm guessing Mimi has used this hashtag before, but all of your people that you have tagged for log cabin, you can send to them. And it's going to be the exact same thing. Instead of just finding a list of clients, you can send it to a specific hashtag. And the exact same thing. You can send them a text, send them an email. All right, any questions about this? I know I went a little bit fast, but are there any questions about announcing the listing?
Okay, I'm just playing it through here. I'm putting Ferguson, trying to find it actually. Okay, so you start promoting and you said this goes out to your groups.
No. Go scroll up a little bit. See, it says notify agents. These are going to go to the agents in the office. whenever they click on it, whenever you send the email, they can click a little box and it'll try to find contacts in their CRM.
Well, that's what Caitlin's been doing, isn't it?
Yep.
I was wondering how she did that.
Yep.
How do we send it to other agents? Can't do it.
You can't send it to other agents outside the office unless you have them in your CRM. Because let's say that's a great point. Let's say
add them as agents and then have a
Yep.
CRM built for them.
Yep, you can add other agents into your CRM. So let's say, because I know a few times I've gotten emails from you all or calls where you say, listen, I've got this listing, it's $1 million plus, and I want to send it to agents that have sold $1 million properties in the last 6 months in this specific zip code. Well, let's say there's some agents that you love working with that have sold $1 million listings. Well, add them as a contact in your CRM, give them a hashtag, $1 million agent or whatever, and you can send this to other agents as well. All right. Next, we're going to go to utilize custom text code. Now, you can actually have people text you and get the exact same information. So I don't know if you know this, but we as an office have a smart number. Now, you can purchase your own smart number. But this smart number will work for all of RE/MAX Realty, but the text code will decide who it is. Because right now, I'm the only one that would have this text code, 649 Joe Snett. I'm pretty sure if somebody wants to correct me on this, because I haven't used the text code. But if somebody texts the number 859-600-6035 and they use that text code, it should go directly to your email or to your phone. So you should get the phone or a text for that number, and it should go into your KVCore. I haven't used this before, so I don't want to say 100%, but this is the way it should be working. You can put this text code in a few different places. You can put this on flyers, postcards, sign writers, digital ads, newspaper ads. But anywhere that if somebody's driving by really quick and you want to maybe try to capture that information or let them see this, you can add this to your this text code to your marketing. All right. What about leveraging social media? All right, Property Boost.
Question.
Yes.
Sending out that email, how do you edit this? No.
Let's go down here. I don't know that this, I think, so this is a template that is set to you. So you'd have to go into the email templates and change it up. You'd have to copy it and then change it up. Now, I haven't done that. So Sierra asked on the email template, how can you change that wording? The way that it is with every other campaign or email template is that you go in and you duplicate it and then change it up to however you want. Now, I don't know if you can change these because of the rules and laws as far as texting, like mass texting and emailing. It may be set that that's the only way that email can come across. That I'm not 100% sure. All right.
I have one more quick question.
Yes.
Text thing? Is that where they text it to, that 41404?
Oh, is your number 404? Okay.
I'm just.
Oh, no, that's just a picture. That's like an example.
How do you know what they text it to?
The smart number.
Yeah, you got the smart number
They
there.
text that code to that number?
Yeah. I think it's easier to text the phone number on the writer, That's hard. I feel like that's better for.
Like it takes all your work out of it.
And
they can do extra step,
but they probably won't.
Yeah, but as long as they reach out to you, if your phone number's on there, great. But just think about, if you just had a flyer that was also up, somebody just grabbed the flyer really quick.
Flyers I see, sign I don't, but.
And the great thing is that if they text you, what if you miss that text? At least with this, it's going to go to your CRM. So it's going to go to your CRM, you're going to notification, you're going to get a text and an email that you got a new lead. All right, down to Property Boost. Property Boost is awesome. I don't know if you all realize this, but I get a report every single Friday morning about the company Property Boost. And I'm telling you all, if you're not boosting your properties, you are missing out on a lot of potential leads. I will see some people that boost a property. Sometimes they may get 10 leads. Sometimes they may get 120 leads. I don't know the rhyme or reason why one will get 10 and one will get 120. But the thing is, every one of those leads go into your CRM, which starts getting you more towards that 5,000 number that you really want to get up to. But I've seen a lot of people have a lot of success. Mimi, I don't know if you've been using Property Boost. I know Ann Ford uses it all the time. Lacey uses it a lot. Tyann uses it a lot. And I see a lot of leads come in.
Something we pay for, or it's already included?
It's something you pay for.
Oh.
So it basically just creates, this is what the social media ad looks like. Now you can go in and actually, whenever you create it, you can change the wording up, but it's kind of generic like this. You may say, well, I'd rather say my name or my brokerage, whatever. They found that the generic ad like this gets more clicks than if it's your specific. Now, if you want, you can go and create your own ad, fantastic. But this really is a great option for promoting your listing. What's great is that also with a Property Boost, think about it. Now, listings are sitting on market a little bit longer. You know, it was, let's say 20 days. Now it's maybe 31 days. Well, when you're having that conversation with your clients, this is something you can take back and say, hey, look, I've been advertising your property. Here's the number of viewers that's seen it. Here's where they've seen it. And, you don't show them how many leads you've gotten in. But if you want, you can say that, yeah, I had, 35 people that, have shown some interest in your property. So it's another way that you can have a conversation with your people, showing them the value that you're bringing and how you're working for them. On the Property Boost, I think the minimum, I think it's like $40 or $25, but is it
65 now?
Is it 65 minimum?
60 or 65 now minimum.
Okay. But that is Property Boost. What about digital promotion? All right, so we've already kind of seen this. We've got squeeze page and landing page, and virtual tour. These squeeze pages, I did a class a couple weeks ago where I went in and you went and create a squeeze page or a landing page. This makes it so much easier. What's great is that it will go for a specific listing. So remember, we're just on 649 Joe Snedeker Road. Let's say we wanted to create a landing page. Let's just see what this looks like. Let's see, can I copy? I'm going to copy. So here's the landing page it created. So you don't have to go in and create any of this. It's just there for you right now. So just listed, 649 Joe Snedeker. Here's the information. And at the bottom, here's where you can get their email, phone number, optional, see, pick some price. Once they put their email address in and they submit this, it goes straight to your CRM. Same thing with the squeeze page. We go in, let's do the exact same thing, copy.
So if we don't have any listings, can we do this to promote listings for people in our office?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I was gonna say 429 person.
Crystal Nichols asked, hey, if you don't have a listing, can you promote a listing? Absolutely. Do you know you can actually do a Property Boost for someone else's listing? Now, if you're going to do it, I would, maybe give them a heads up and just ask. But let's say,
I guess if someone else had a $800,000 property and trying to get a buyer, it's not actually a bad idea because you can get all the calls from that for buyers.
Absolutely. If so, let's say you do have, like, this is what's the price on this one? $825,000. Who wouldn't want to bring an $825,000 buyer to this listing? But remember what I said, whenever you promote a listing, there's a possibility that you get, let's say you got 35 leads from promoting that listing. Well, out of those 35 leads, if somebody's looking for this type of home, there's a good chance they have a home to sell as well. So you could get a buyer for this home and potentially a new listing as well. But this is a squeeze page. Exact same information on here. But instead of my information, it's going to have yours over here. You can go through, look at the pictures. So, but this is just ready-made. It's just sitting there, just waiting for you to use. Even if you want to take one step out of this, you can just post this. Let's do the squeeze page. You can just post this to Facebook. Let's see what this looks like. What is on my mind? Right now, it is squeeze pages. So now I can just go in and I don't have to, I just took one step out. All I have to do is I can click this. I can put whatever information I want in here.
So I feel like in my listing presentation, I should say, if you offer buyer's agent compensation, my whole office might promote your listing.
All right. So the last thing on the promote a listing is, virtual tour. Then this will be, if you look, all right, so this is great. So do you notice that Jeremy has uploaded video into this? Let's take a look at this. Now, if there isn't video, I believe what it'll do is it creates a slideshow of the images. But because Jeremy used Ben Childress and he has a video that's uploaded to this listing, you can send this off as well. And that's just one click of a button. So there's a lot of great stuff that's in there. All right, last thing. Let's go into follow up and communicate. Now, initiate seller report email. If we click on this, we can send a seller report email. We can look up anybody. Let's see, I'm going to look myself up. Go to Paul Bradley. So I can send the seller's report to, honestly, you can send it to anybody, but you can send it to your seller. So let's say, I know this is kind of tough to see, but this will show you how many online views this has had and how many favorites. So as promised, in the email report, you find the latest activity updates, notes, and metrics for your listing. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Now, imagine you've done a property boost on this listing. And instead of this saying 13 online views, what if it said, 500? And instead of one favorite, it's now got, 50 favorites. If you're a seller, you're probably like, wow, okay, I love this. You're putting the work in. And then last thing, activate smart campaign. So you can actually choose a smart campaign for any of your people. So in this playbook, so let's say buyer nurture 1-year campaign. I can go in and I can activate a smart campaign for any of my clients. So if you haven't messed with the campaigns, we can sit down and go through a lot of them. There's a lot of great campaigns in there. Some of them, the wording I don't like as much, but you can change it up. But I can go in and I can actually click this and I can go into my campaigns and edit them. But we're not editing campaigns this morning because that's getting into the weeds. All right. Now, we can actually look at our playbook results as well. If I go into playbook results, now I don't have any playbooks, but you can start seeing the different playbooks you've been doing. What kind of results are you getting from that? And in the quick sheet, I can go in. Here's just some links really quick and just generate a link. So here's the squeeze page, landing page, property link, and virtual tour. But that is the KVCore playbook. Now, are there any questions about any of that that we just looked at? None?
I'm trying to put it into practice.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to understand what this text code, what it sends. Like when they text it, what happens?
You can test it out and see. Did you test it?
Number is the
It's the same smart number, and I just texted it and nothing happened.
Okay.
I think it goes just to the office smart number instead of to your number directly.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. So on the text code, just hold off on that till we can get it figured out. Because like I said, that's something I haven't messed with. So I'd like to get that figured out before I promote it. But yeah, any questions about any of that?
Initiate seller report email. Okay, that just shows
Okay.
what we've done.
All right. Well, Janet Jones, the realtor, Swella, Toby, Mimi, Paula, thank you. I know, Paula, we are going to be hanging out after this because we're going to go over something. She's not in trouble, if you're wondering. We're going to go over some more KVCore. But if you guys are good, then yeah, that was a class. I did record this, so if you want, you can go back and watch this. If you want to sit down and just go over this with me, anytime, just reach out and we'll get together and take a look at all this, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you all for attending.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye.